How's everything going with your thesis?
I should be able to publish it next month. A few days ago, I was worried that I'd have—
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors. Honestly, I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down as well. How did things get settled?
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
Acting Grand Sage? That sounds like a new thing.
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling in. But it's all thanks to him that our research results weren't jeopardized. Once my paper is published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation.
They're really out of their minds, making Al-Hайтам the acting Grand Sage?
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars.
Fool! Do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No! It's because I don't... He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class. When I asked him about it, he retorted that self-study was what brazen arrogance, misery of miseries, for the academia to have him as the acting grand...
Professor, don't get so worked up. I'll go get you some water.
Psst. Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatat.
Really? Who is it?
Someone named Al-Hайтам. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being said about him. There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Oh, is he teaching any courses? Maybe we should drop by.
Wow. News of Al-Hайтам being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Guess he's less famous. Some people are saying good things and others bad. Especially that old guy just... Hey!
The Matra.
The Matra?
I'm Ilyas. I have to talk to a Matra about something
In the state you're in? You shouldn't push yourself. Why don't you tell us what happened and we'll pass on your message to a Matra?
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I can trust. Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is an important...
Since you put it that way, fine. We'll take you to a Matra. We promised to take him to a Matra, but we don't know that many, do we? Oh, wait! Sino should be back at the Academia! Let's go find him! Hey there! Excuse us, but is Sino at—
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now. But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with the Matra. It sounds like something—
Oh? If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it first?
Siraj.
Siraj. That name sounds familiar.
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir.
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
There's no rush. Please, take your time. What kind of experiments was he conducting? Where—
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling... It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... All right. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm lying?
Please don't take it the wrong way. This is just standard protocol. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while?
Huh?
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the leads he provided. Per protocol, this matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with the Matra. Is there a special reason?
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
Really? I'm unsurprised you have this much free time. In that case, let's join in as well, shall we, Traveler?
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham to participate in this investigation. Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to—
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
All right, in that case, I'll fill you in on what we know so far. Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping. Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given, so we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
Oh, come on! We already said that we're coming!
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham. What's up? Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham?
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately. The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons. Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham, I'll have to trouble you with the protect—
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
You're the same as ever. Casually ignoring people, just like you did—
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly. Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the Acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so
This is why I was against becoming the Acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a—
Excuse me, Acting Grand Sage. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer.
No. I have no recollection.
Haha! I thought so too. I probably—
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or—
Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Naren.
Acting Sage Al-Haytham? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them. What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise that this won't ever—
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the
What were the details of this transaction?
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of mora if I was willing to put some aside for him. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that front. However, I am curious, what do you need him for exactly?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the Academia then. I'll leave Ilyas in your care.
Follow me.
Siraj didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any Al-Haytham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue.
Yes, we were classmates.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation. So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are all. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical
he's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, we gotta stop him. Ilyas, can you try to remember things again? Maybe...
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate... Now, try to recall things you care about.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done, I can remember some things, but I can't recall some other. But I do vaguely remember that there are 2 things that I have to do no matter what.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the Academia and give it to my younger... I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember. Sorry, there's just...
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memory.
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry, we'll help you get them up.
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more than just pain. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint. But amidst all that, it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have right now. I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the Academia called the Research Preparation Center.
I see. In that case, let's go and...
Acting Grand Sage Al-Hайтам. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office. Have you taken a look? Are there any issues with it?
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased quite a bit compared to past.
Yes, though that is primarily because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted topic.
I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilyas. He worked part-time here, and he's here for his paycheck.
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilyas, where have you been these past few? That was our busy period, but then you disappeared without a word. Everyone had to pick up the slack.
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up. But I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do?
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, do you remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his off-site project. He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that. Chandra is probably having coffee at this hour.
Understood. Then, about my...
I'll pay you in full once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again. Be considerate to your colleagues and... Is this acceptable, Acting Grand Sage Al-Hайтам?
I have no objections.
Ilyas? Long time no see. What can I do for you?
I heard that you canceled your research project, so I'm just...
Oh, that... it's really nothing special. I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research lately.
No motivation to conduct research?
Yeah. Say, who might you be?
Oh, don't mind me.
Well, with the downfall of the sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated. With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out in the future.
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new sages would have interest.
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of
So what are the other reasons?
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all aware that we require all kinds of knowledge to perform any of the research we do. Back then, the Akasha would respond to any of our requests for the knowledge we needed. It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time.
I see.
You get it, right? After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through data and files ever again? There are only a handful of people at the academia who are starting new projects or performing research. Most people are like me, waiting for although our names will be further down in the paper, we'll have a much easier time. We don't have to do most of the mental heavy lifting. All we have to do is focus on our assigned tasks.
Ilyas? What's wrong?
My head... it hurts. I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me as he... You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module.
Paimon doesn't get it. What does that even mean?
It's what Suraj was researching and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution. Suraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in human society and drive humans toward their... First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the overmind. This overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective.
Paimon still doesn't get it. What's the point of all that?
Think of it as linking many minds together and tailoring a given mind's assigned work based on its compatibility. Eventually, everyone's minds will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organization. Suraj believes this collective consciousness is
Whoa. Squishing a whole bunch of people together? Paimon...
It's just as Al-Haytham said. Suraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for everyone's base. Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Suraj referred to me as number 36, and I also recall that Suraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be...
Oh no! Then we gotta hurry! We have to stop him before it's complete!
I tried my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall when...
Take your time. You'll eventually remember it all. However...
What's off?
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what
I'm not sure what Suraj's numbering system is based on. Anyway, we're done here. Let's go.
Please, wait. I heard you all talking about Suraj just now. Are you...
Huh? Do you know something?
Well, Suraj is pretty popular as of late. I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, there are many who would give up everything to be a part of his research team. I'm nothing special, though, so I doubt I'd get the opportunity. That said, I do know a researcher who received an invitation from Suraj but declined it. Her name is Janaki. If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion in the garden.
Janaki? We'd like to ask you a couple of things about Suraj.
Ilyas?
Do you know me? I'm sorry, but
Are you playing dumb with me?
No, I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so I've lost a lot of my memories.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you forgot? Or are you using the acting Grand Sage as backup to settle things with me? The 2 biggest loners teaming up.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the 2 of you, but I heard that Suraj once invited you to join his project. Is that true?
So, what if it is? Suraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be number 45. No one wants to be placed at the bottom. Certainly not me.
Ilyas is number 36, and Janaki was supposed to be number 45. Ugh, just how many...
Tell me, did Suraj tell you how he assigned numbers?
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our heads back? They left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had extracted from each person. I don't know how Suraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his numbering system.
I see. He believes that this data can be used to evaluate a person's computing power.
Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
At most, jnana energy can only be seen as representing a portion of a person's abilities.
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 45.
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me, I refused, and is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here.
Please, wait, I still want...
You really forgot?
I swear.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he truly lost his memories.
I see. You know what? It's better this way. I get angry just thinking about it, so I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back there. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
And she's gone.
I really don't. But after she said, I guess...
Do you want to remember?
Huh?
Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, you've also lost your memory. No one can force you to remember if you don't want to.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason but I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily.
I can look up your file. Something that caused trouble for a lot of people in the past must be... Would you like me to look into it?
Yes, please.
All right, then let's return to the House of Dana. We've spent enough time here, and you should go and get your... Let's split up for now. Ilyas, you go and deal with that. We'll meet back here later and then head over to Gandharvaville.
Okay. Thank you all.
Relax, Ilyas. Being nervous accomplishes
That's true. I'm ready. No matter... I'll also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj. We'll put an end...
I'm holding you to that. See you later. Okay. The important files from the last few years should all be here.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, I found Ilyas's file. Let's meet downstairs.
What have I...
This file indicates that you were once commended by the Academia for your courage and sense of justice.
Huh?
Yes. Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and This incident caused quite the commotion, and the Academia sent you a commendation. What is it? Are any memories coming?
No, it's just... My head feels like it's being ripped apart again. Did I seriously do that? Then why?
Let's put this matter aside for now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself.
I'm sorry. That should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it. I feel like I'll black out if I—
Take it slow. Recovering memories is no easy task, especially when it just do what you think is right.
Thank you. I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all—
Let's head to Gandharvaville and deliver Ilyas's paycheck to his sister. Come on!
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
Ilyas, what are you doing back here?
Dad, it's nothing. I was just—
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all... Ilyas, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just a minor headache.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out. I can't imagine how things are going for you at the academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the academia. You can always come back home.
I'm all right. I just need a little rest.
Ilyas doesn't seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Hey! That's enough, you two. Ilyas isn't feeling well. You can keep nagging him once we get home. Ilyas, let's find somewhere to talk. So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck.
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's worried. Don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters...
Conform.
Yeah. You don't remember? After the incident, you... Ilyas? What's wrong?
Ah, I see. I remember now.
You're acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I understand your decision. But Mom, I don't care if you're a hero or not. I just want you to enjoy—
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it? That's good. Are you a friend of his?
More so these two. My name is Al-Hайтам, and this is the Traveler in Paimon.
Oh, that rings a bell. At any rate, would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Sorry, but I still have things I need—
Well, that's a shame. Okay, I'll get going then.
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys worry again.
You remember now?
Yes, I do. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Oh, my apologies. But I meant every word. I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant—
Loathing?
Yeah, but having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone I disliked. Strange, isn't it? Why?
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relations.
It'd be great if I could think like you. But first things first, I remember where Siraj's cave is now.
Really? That's great! Paimon remembers that you said there are 2 things that you had to do. What about the other one?
There are more important things at hand. We have to stop Sarad.
You're right.
This is the place.
It's so well hidden. But there's nothing spooky about it. I'll ensure your safety. Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Ilyas, do you remember this place? Huh?
I don't sense him.
Did he get separated from us? Should we wait here or...
There's no need for that. Let's keep him.
All right.
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application, and whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you. He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit. That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
A lot of people warn me to not say anything, and I think they have a point. This is just how things are. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters, and casual threats and insults. He's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
What's the matter? Huh? You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilyas was
Connecting... collective...
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The Hive has... The Collective Consciousness project is already complete, and Ilyas is now... Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why. Here.
Stabilize.
Shine down.
It's completely different from what Ilyas said. This place looks like it's been done for a while.
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Al-Hайтам. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
Wait. Huh? No. Whatever.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people—
You could have played hero any time. So why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
It's a shame. What happened to him? Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer.
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, now our futures are up in the air? If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you understand?
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
Hey, you're blinking out again. What did you see this?
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words for when we...
Just in case, why don't we take both keys with us?
Well, Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, we can't make exceptions for here. Maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Huh? Getting a reputation for being...
I understand.
You seem troubled.
Who are you?
Where are my manners? My name is Siraj.
Siraj? I've heard of you before.
The world hates people who don't fit in. After you reported Johnny for academic fraud, you were ostracized. However,
I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a... How about it? Wanna have a go?
What did you see?
Paimon can't believe it! He really did trick us! No, Siraj is the real Giga Jerk here. Ilias is just a regular jerk. Ooh, Paimon's so mad! We're gonna find him, and we're gonna make him explain...
You've come. I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness, and I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing to throw off the Matra and bring Al-Haytham to the Hive. That was...
You were already Siraj number 36? But...
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time. Even my... However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. I chose. It's difficult to fool Al-Haytham, so I had to create the...
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
Correct. I only told you that the Hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion. It was finished a long time ago. Before I left, I was only here. Can I be truly free? That's all I wanted to say. After I enter this room, my consciousness will merge back into the collective.
Is this your decision?
Yeah, the person we know is Ilias, not Siraj number 36. The outside world is painful sometimes, but Paimon doesn't think that's a reason to run away.
Do you need more time to consider, Ilias?
Hey, who are...
That is...
So you're that Giga Jerk!
Giga Jerk? How bold of you. I modified Akasha terminals to allow users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from the academia to build a collective consciousness. I assigned numbers to everyone and divided the experiment's tasks amongst themselves. Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental...
You're just trying to justify yourself!
Then I ask you, what's the difference between there are researchers at the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle. People are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the Isn't that right, Ilias? There's no need to deny this, as it is fact. It is natural for social creatures to congregate together, and the terminus of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary bee colony can become a powerful swarm. Replace the bees with humans. Welcome to the Hive, Al-Haytham. You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project. A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't, but I didn't give up. I made my thesis.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the Hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are? The answer is the academia. They're executing another... The collective consciousness links all of us into a single mind, showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. Everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest obstacle. With you out of the way, the project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my Hive. No. The Hive will be in control.
We won't let you do this!
What can you achieve with mere words? You weren't even able to change Ilias's mind. Return to the Hive, number 36.
Yes.
Wait! Don't go back! Look! There are lots of people out there, and you aren't an outcast! Aren't we your friends?
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the academia? When you leave, tragedy will return, number 36. You know as well as I do that
Ilias,
You two are just as arrogant as Al-Hайтам. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't really. I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. Al-Hайтам, do say a word or two.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the hive changed when Ilias returned to this collective consciousness of yours.
What?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to operate. That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan. However, when Ilias returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with them.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new...
So that's it! Wait, so you knew that Ilias would return to the hive? And then you pretended to keep him around just to fool Siraj? Wouldn't expect any less from you, Al-Hайтам. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take the... wait. It's back to normal.
Al-Hайтam, I told you. You're too arrogant. Ilias's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but your struggle has been in vain. And it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what...
So many monsters. Where did they come? And something feels...
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Despite their lack of intelligence, perfect cooperation can be achieved, much like soldiers who... Now then, drown in endless waves of monsters.
Hey, Al-Hайтam? Your plan didn't work!
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some time for the recipient to receive. You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
Well, alright. Paimon doesn't know how you get so confident, but...
Solidify!
Beg for mercy.
Scatter!
Al-Hайтam isn't that bad of a person.
But it has to be done. He must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
You see? That is the will of the collect. Even with the hatred gone, they continue their work. An external...
Solidify!
There is no escape!
Flicker.
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Something's gone wrong at the Academia. The march.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information? Silence! As the Overmind, I command you!
Solidify!
There is no escape!
Diffract!
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
Error in judgment?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must have made an error in his judgment. But Siraj is the most intelligent among them. He is number one. His judgment is the optimal one.
Is that true? Not necessarily.
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out? You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive. I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my Hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your Hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called Hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet. I am the Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the Hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
I wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down on the list! Siraj is alive!
This isn't what we agreed to!
I should be the one in your position!
The Hive shut down? What happened just now?
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilias did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately... However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect. The disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the setbacks in the plan further amplified doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be but in the Hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was the trigger for all. A few words were enough. Believe in the power of words.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. Even you knew that Ilias was the bait all along?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been objective. You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and disciplined. You would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you...
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look. You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things. From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you, someone who doesn't fit in. I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how others perceive.
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile. You view people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your kind.
Regardless, I have lost. You can take me back to the...
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people isn't in my job. I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to escort you.
Sino? What are you doing here?
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Wait, what do you mean you left? Oh, Paimon remembers! When Paimon first saw you, Arav said that you had left. So you really did know that something was up with Ilyas from the start! You lied to us too!
It'd be best if you didn't spout nonsense. I never employed any By the way, I came across some information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice them—
Seriously? This guy. By the way, Sino, Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the Academia. We can't let those jerks get away!
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening suspicious persons. And we've already arrested men. This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted, Al-Hайтам.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll see you.
And off he goes. There still are a lot of test subjects here, so let's stick around.
Oh no. Oh no. I was involved in all these plans to get rid of the act. What came over me? How could I do something like this?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Al-Hайтám might pressure them. Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him.
We can discuss the future later. Leaving the collective left me with a strange sense of guilt. I didn't feel anything towards Al-Hайтám at first, since he wasn't well known. All the opinions I heard about him were negative. Siraj made us hate Al-Hайтám, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
I guess we're getting what we deserve. Could you help us apologize to Al-Hайтám?
Sure, Paimon will help you tell Al-Hайтám. But whether he chooses to—
It's okay. No matter what he chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better. If he—
It's time to go.
Let's go.
So, were they all duped? We can ask Al-Hайтám about that later.
Looks like I can't exist as Siraj number 36. When I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come forward with the truth. But I didn't have the courage then. So in the end, I lost my sense of justice. But I also wasn't able to conform.
Ilyas?
Don't be sad. I'm the one who deceived you. However, I didn't come out of this completely empty-handed. The moment the hive collapsed, and I realized that the collective I was always trying to fit into wasn't as powerful as I had imagined. Understanding that gave me courage somehow. Perhaps one day I could be just like Al-Hайтám, and—
You can do it. Paimon believes in you.
Thanks. Well, I should get going. Can you keep this a secret from my parents and my sister? I just don't want— Also, please apologize to Al-Hайтám for me.
All the test subjects have been taken away. I'll have my subordinates seal the place, retrieve all documentation, and destroy the system. Are you two hurt? I brought bandages and hemostatics.
Paimon's fine. Just a little—
Get some rest. Al-Hайтám is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Watch out for any of Siraj's associates who might still be in hiding. If you encounter anything—
Okay, you stay safe too. Let's go meet up with Al-Hайтám.
The matter's settled. I actually thought it would have been settled sooner. This took much. Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions. I respect your curiosity, but I'm off the clock now.
Hey, we're not your colleagues!
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just—
What? Are you kidding me? You're not leaving today until you explain what happened back at Siraj's secret base!
See ya.
Hold it right there!
Are you done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Stop changing the subject!
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
Where to?
You'll know when we get there.
Is this your home?
Yes.
What's with you all of a sudden? Being up.
Ah, you're back. Quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened. Huh? Who are they?
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously guests.
You're not from the academia, are you?
I'm unsure she's seen you before.
Wait, what? How do you know me? Oh no, do people—
What? You're embarrassed only now of all—
Oh, you guys are roommates!
Yes we are, but keep that
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them.
Hey!
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal? Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Al-Hайтам hired to pretend to be his friends, would you? Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please—
But aren't you his friend?
I wouldn't say friends exactly. Okay, well, we used—
Huh?
Don't worry about it. My name is Kaveh. I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances.
You seem like you got a lot going on. So maybe some more—
Are you serious? How could you— Of course—
What? That was a normal response. You—
Still, why do you have to treat me like he does?
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite—
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
I'll leave the books here.
Paimon's dizzy from reading. This is way too complicated. What Paimon wants to know, oh!
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis to the Grand Sage, who offhandedly asked for my opinion. I actually— The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution. The second was that I thought the direction of his research was too extreme.
Wait, that's too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those people—
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity. The optimal solution to achieve collective consciousness is to focus solely on the
That's way too dangerous!
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj— It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight. And that's why the academia prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run—
Ha! That's rich coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some other species.
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a fungus?
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy. Sorry for eavesdropping, but what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
Sort of. We encountered a strange researcher that had it out for us.
Are you all okay? Huh. So that's how things went. Such is life. If only he'd known, Al-Haytham could have stayed indoors today, and the whole thing could have been avoided. Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been...
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversation.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he? Well...
I'm doing quite well. Much better than that painting you're trying to hang on the wall.
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my taste in decoration.
Paimon can't tell which of them is more problematic. Let's just get the...
You whisper very loudly.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
Let Paimon think. Oh, by the way, the other researchers apologized.
I bear them no ill will. More, to some extent, they were also fooled by Siraj. The Matra...
Ilias also said that he wanted to tell us the truth at Gandharvaville. He apologized to you, too.
It doesn't matter. I never considered asking him. Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous than the average person. There's no need to lay... I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one last question.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. How about you? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. You only started investigating with the Matra at the Academia, but after meeting Siraj, it didn't seem like you were interested in him or his experiment.
I had no interest in him personally, but I was curious as to why so many... I now understand the reason. Correct. The fall of the Sages and the shutdown of the Akasha terminals deeply... The fact that Siraj's project attracted so much interest despite not being approved speaks to the lack of research projects as of late. As the acting Grand Sage, I'll have to figure something out. In addition, what happened to Ilias is worth our attention.
Paimon understands now. Oh.
I think minimum viable seriousness is a more apt description. I'll do my best to take care of this mess until...
Wait, your resignation?
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just a few more days before acting, I would have already resigned. What he'd do then wouldn't have been any concern of mine. However, even without my input...
But why do you want to resign?
I'm not suited to be a sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages... If I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent. That would be troublesome. It's important to keep your priorities straight. Well, it's about time.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry.
See ya.